Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going through the best Supreme Arena defenses you can set. I have 3 different formations I've come up with. One is going to be a free to play, one is going to be a heroic team, and then one will be the pay to win teams that I'll be planning to run. We're going to lead it off with the free to play teams, but do keep in mind if you're copying the formation ID, you will have to manually set the team number 1 because the map is not symmetrical. So for free to play team number 1, I decided to go for the Graveborn Tassi Bonnie team, which is very strong, and Lily May and Bonnie on the faction tiles in the back, Thorin Soul Pacting the Ludovic, and then Tassi behind the Ludovic with the Dragon Roar artifact. But you could also do the Shadow Blast artifact. But personally, I think Dragon Roar overall is going to be a little bit better for this team. Moving on to map number 2. Now, this is the really interesting map we have. Probably the most interesting map we've ever had in Supreme Arena, because only the frontmost 2 heroes are going to be placed as vanguards, and they're going to be entering the battle in a 2v2 match. And not until both vanguards die will the rest of your standby units be able to enter the battle. Or if you can wait for 20 seconds, but most likely you're going to kill the 2 vanguards before the 20 seconds, and then the standby units are going to enter into the fight. Now, what is going to be the strategy to give you the best chance of winning here? Definitely people are using the Mauler faction talent tiles, because this is going to provide like basically buffs and power to your frontmost heroes who can actually enter the fight and take advantage of that. So the faction tiles definitely do seem to be working based on what my VN viewer has said. But these standby heroes will not be contributing anything to the fight. I'm not even sure if Coco's Charms are going to be going off onto Pheromore or not. So this is an interesting team combo. You might be thinking, why are you running the twins? Why not just, for example, run Shakira and Pheromore and have a nice strong 2v2? I think the twins can be really good because they're further going to buff up the Pheromore, making him even higher stats like defensiveness and attack. They also will probably easily be able to get off their haste buff by casting their ultimate, because we're also going to be running the Guardian spell to further make it really difficult for the opponent to kill any of my vanguards. And Pheromore is really good for this map because when he casts his ultimate, he rapidly is going to shred through enemy teams and even 1v2ing them, especially if they melee heroes. So Pheromore is actually really well made for this map. Just like he was good in Sunlit Showdown, you can think of this Supreme Arena map kind of like a version of Sunlit Showdown, but you have 2 heroes and you also have faction tile support. So this is the team I would recommend for free-to-play players. However, I definitely think like if you didn't want to go for a team like this and you wanted to go for something like Sonya and Pheromore, I think this would be a really good strategy as well, because then Sonya will be buffing up the Pheromore, making him higher attack, higher defensiveness, and Sonya can also duel pretty well. So I think this could be good. Or if you just want to have Shakira and Pheromore coming and fighting in a 2v2, you can put Sonya back and just have these 2 running in. But then I think probably the Sonya buff is not going to apply until she actually enters a fight. So basically those would be my recommendations here for like a free-to-play type lineup, but I definitely probably recommend try running the twins, buffing up Pheromore. I think this will do pretty well, and definitely Guardian spell. Okay, now map number 3 is going to be the tried and tested Shimira Iron Nuke team, which is very strong. This is a layout I've decided. Almas up front, Nero is going to be giving charm bonus to Shimira, Damon is going to be off to the side buffing up Shimira, and then Iron on the other faction tile. Also going to deal a big nuking damage with his ultimate. Nero is going to take the enemy Lily May interruption, and Shimira can run up and begin attacking the opponent, which should be fine, even though her range is kind of low. So she needs to like have like a pathway to get to attacking the enemies quickly, and I think this is pretty good. So those are the free-to-play team lineup. Now we're going to move over to the heroic team lineup. Okay guys, so now we have the heroic team. Team number 1 is going to be the same as a free-to-play team lineup because it's very strong and a good budget option. Now team number 2 is going to be the differing one. Heroic is really good for this mode, just like, you know, Heroic in Sunlit Showdown was a beast. Imagine him now with the Mauler faction talent support, with the Guardian spell. He's going to be very well protected, almost guaranteed to get a kill, and then he's going to snowball and clean up the entire enemy team. So probably the best 2 heroes you can run on these Mauler faction talents in the front are going to be Pheromore and Heroic. Pheromore can deal high damage with his ultimate, and Heroic is going to be snowballing and then just killing everything. Guardian spell to protect him. So this is going to be probably one of the best budget teams you can run for map number 2 if you do have Heroic built. Coco, I'm trying to give Coco Charms a Pheromore. I don't even know if they're going to apply because she is considered a standby unit at the beginning, and we're just going to have 3 Maulers in order to get the factional support. Even Mikula's Honor Arena, I don't think is actually going to apply here. I find it very unlikely due to the fact that she's going to be considered a standby unit. So this is basically like the ramping type team concept, just having the Heroic and Pheromore. Basically, Heroic is going to snowball and then ramp and then kill the entire enemy team. But definitely, I could see, for example, if you wanted to go for a similar type strategy that we ran earlier and just go for mega buffing the Heroic and having the Heroic try to kill everything. I definitely think you could go for a strategy like this. It may or may not be better, but personally, I think the Pheromore version probably is going to be better because you have 2 hyper carry threats on those faction talent tiles. It's going to give you a big advantage. And team number 3 is going to be the same as we already talked about for this Heroic sort of budget lineup of teams. Now we're going to show you the pay-to-win teams that I'm going to be running, at least for the beginning of this week. So here we have the pay-to-win team. So this was a team I ran in the previous week, if you guys remember, and it was doing pretty well for me, especially with the Shadow Blast artifact. I ended up changing to that. So Trana basically will buff up all of your 4 allies at the beginning, causing their basically their attacks to apply her sparks, which are then going to reduce vitality of opponents. Also, even Igor can reduce healing recovery, and then Bonnie's damage and Athalia nuking the backline targets. It's actually really difficult to deal with a team like this, and then even Ludovic for sustain, basically also to provide the Graveborn faction talents. This is a very strong team. And I think overall, it isn't too pay to win, but the thing is, many people don't have their Citrana Igor that highly upgraded yet, but I would recommend keep them on your wish list. Try to build them up. That's what I did compared to the previous season. I had like both of them at Paragon 2 and now both of them at Paragon 4 by keeping them on my wish list. And so that is what I would recommend, and even Dream Store for Citrana if you're able to do that. For team number 2, it is going to be the same team just as we showed you for the Heroic team. I think that this is going to be one of the top performing teams with the Guardian spell for protection. But one other thing to keep in mind, one other thing to try, if you have Baelran. Now, I don't have Baelran, that's why obviously I'm not running it. But Baelran is apparently really, really good here as well. Because, like, Baelran is then easily going to be able to get his Ascensions with only 2 enemies attacking him. They're not going to kill him fast enough. And Baelran is then going to, after ascending, is just going to kill and solo the entire enemy team. So one thing that my viewer ran, Twins and Baelran, a team like this. He ran a team like this, Twins buffing up Baelran further and also healing him by being in the fight with him as a 2v2. If you're going for the Baelran team, you can actually go for Light Call spell because this is going to heal your low health allies and is going to be very effective. So definitely, I think a team like this is what my viewer was running with the Light Call spell, and Baelran definitely is a viable option. Personally, for me, what I'm planning to run is I am going to be running Heroic and Pheromore, and hopefully this is going to work out well for me. Otherwise, with testing, I may have to change it up. For team number 3, it is going to be the Diurnal Nuke team because, from my testing, I really found like this was one of the strongest teams. Definitely, I wanted to do a Dunlinger team for the final one. And the thing about this team, it has the potential of even like nuking through Baelran teams. The problem with the Cry and Ayakulu teams right now is with the Mauler faction talents, with the Guardian spell of Baelran can counter you on this map, but Diurnal is able to shred through them. Of course, this team has some weaknesses, like if they have Bonnie, if they can somehow nuke the Diurnal before he can kill the entire enemy team. Those are basically the weaknesses of this team, but overall, this is a really solid one. So anyway, guys, those are going to be the top teams I'm going to be running for this week of Supreme Arena. Hopefully, it is helpful. If there's any other team ideas you have, feel free to share them in the comment section. And I will be doing testing this week, as I always do. If I need to make any updated video, I will do so, especially testing out map number 2 as well. And but for right now, I'm pretty confident about these teams. So thanks for watching. If you guys are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.